Adjacent to the shore of a lakefront beach, the Wares Drive-In Theater, located in Laconia, is the largest of New Hampshire's remaining drive-ins, lighting up its screen for the first time in 1949. Finding success, but the early 70s saw an extension of Interstate 93, routing traffic away from Route 3. The result, a panic sell-off of businesses, something Patricia Baldi and her husband saw as opportunity.
We got into the movie business by mistake. We owned a property that had a movie theater on it. We were renting it to General Cinema. This one came available, so it was just automatic.
The popcorn box snack stand and rickety stairs that lead to the 4-screen projection room bring one back to a time when lime rickeys and poodle skirts were the rage. In nearly 50 years, Baldi has survived, even thrived, through all of the cinematic and social changes that saw other drive-ins close down.
I think some will always be around. Yeah. It's the nostalgia.
For the best view of the big screen, try flying high in one of the most historic businesses in Laconia.
First rides were given out of the Weirs in 1923, but it might have been earlier than that. And those rides were about 5 minutes and it was $25 a head.
Seaplanes have dotted the shores and sky of Lake Winnipesaukee for nearly a century. Rides were continuous through 1985 when the then owner retired. But in 2010, a former seaplane employee laid off from commercial piloting took over.
The fellow I used to fly for here back in the late 70s, early 80s, his son came up and basically slapped me in the back of the head and said, "Get a float plane, start giving rides again."
You can find David French and his wife Colleen off Union Avenue in a simple shack in the back of a car lot, but arguably the best ride here floats in the glistening waters by the dock.
So here she is.
The old girl, yeah.
Yeah, does she have a name or just the old girl?
The old girl.
All right, let's do it, like an old pro.
We take off for an eagle-eye view at all the curves and dynamic shifts expected from a lake carved by a supervolcano.
As far as seeing the entire lake, flying is the way to go.
The waters blend green and blue, a work of art courtesy of Mother Nature.
Kind of harkens to the wilderness. Just takes you to a earlier, more wild, more relaxed time.
The flight brings out the internal explorer in all of us, and a giddy pilot.
We're back having fun, yeah. I did this when I was a kid. It's like being a kid again.
It was the best landing I've ever had.
Speaking of kids, after a smooth landing or sailing, we head up Route 3. Welcome to Keller House, a sweet sensation.
It's a comfort. It makes you feel good.
Daryl Dawson is only the 4th owner in the store's 114-year history.
Keller House started in 1906 in downtown Laconia. Otto Keller purchased it and started making chocolates and candies. In the 1920s, they added ice cream.
Dawson is a former physician turned candy man.
I was looking for a change out of corporate America, and I like making things, and I just love the nostalgia of it.
A physician who now makes chocolate.
Now makes chocolate.
If
yes.
that's chemistry,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Inside this candy mansion, you will find a celebration of its history. The windows, even the chairs, original. And for a quarter, you can find some throwback tunes. The same sweet sounds that called to the shop's earliest customers. The ambiance prepares the palate for an experience in chocolate, filled with flavors that range from coconut cream to lemon, and pretty much anything else you can dream up.
There it is, the Twinkie, the infamous Twinkie.
Anything that we can find at the grocery store that we think will be great coated in chocolate, we try it.
Good.
Chocolate is the go-to winter treat, but when things heat up, the coolest treat is the ice cream bar. Homemade ice cream, and the toppings are endless in both choice and weight.
Unlimited.
You don't wait at the end.
We don't wait at the end. You put as much or as little as you want on top of your sundaes.
You know this is a dream come true, right?
A lot of people say that. Cheers.
Cheers.
There isn't a sweet need left unsatisfied, but we did find something stunning, or should we say, stinging?
First of all, they don't see it, and then they'll be standing right here and they'll look up and see live bees and they'll jump. A little bit.
An observation hive monitored by a local beekeeper, and the honey sold in the store.
They're not trapped here. There's an exit where they go outside.
Outside or inside, if you love sugar, this place will have you spinning with joy.
And Keller House is famous for its handmade ribbon candy, a process that takes hours to get right. The staff makes it on site during the winter season. And our seaplane adventure is not taking any more reservations for July, but they are booking into late summer and fall. Coming up, drive-ins are popping up everywhere.